Hello students, as you know that we have been learning very interesting topic, units from Computational Botany paper 6, isn't it? Now, in this lecture, we are going to learn very interesting, again one of the point from the computational botany, that is a correlation. And then we will learn about the regression. First of all, types of the correlations. There are actually 6 types of the correlations are there. Out of that one, first 3, that is positive correlation, negative correlation, and zero correlation. Another types are also there, that are nothing but simple and multiple correlation, partial and total correlation, linear and non-linear correlation. So, we have to learn these 6 correlations, means types of the correlations, then measures of correlations. There are actually graphical measures of correlations are there, in scatter diagram. Then mathematical methods are there. Karl Pearson coefficient of correlation, Spearman's rank correlation coefficient is there. Then, as already I have said to you, we have to learn about the regression. Now, as I have said to you, we have to learn in the correlation, there are the 6 types and measures of correlation. We will begin with that one. Here, measured by a correlation coefficient is always denoted by R. The correlation coefficient is measured on a scale that varies always from +1 through 0 to -1 is there, isn't it? A correlation coefficient of -1 means that for every positive increase in one variable, there is a negative decrease of fixed proportion in other. 0 means that for every increase, there is not a positive or negative increase is there. Positive or negative increase is there. Friends, correlation is the study of a relationship between 2 or more variables. Correlation is the study of relationship between 2 or more variables. It is covariation of 2 variables. Correlation is a measure of association between 2 variables. Association between 2 variables. That you have to keep in mind, isn't it? So already I have told you that can be measured, that correlation coefficient, with the help of mathematical and graphical methods are there. Now, before that one, we have to get idea about what is correlation. What is correlation? Actually, correlation analysis attempts to determine the degree of relationship between the 2 variables according to Ya-Lun Chow statistician, isn't it? Hence, these are 6 types that we have to learn, which we have seen on a screen. First one, that is a positive correlation. Positive correlation. The value of one variable whenever increases with increase in the value of another variable. So here is a correlation we are going to find out in between the 2 variables whenever the value of one variable increases with respect to another. That type of correlation is nothing but positive, and that R is always plus 1. Negative correlation, the value of one variable decreases with respect to the another, and that is always R is equal to minus 1 is there, isn't it? Now third type, there is zero, there is no any type of a correlation we will find up in between or among the, we have to say that the variables. When such a type of a correlation is there, that is nothing but the zero correlation, my friends. As we have seen, we have learned about positive correlation. If one variable is increasing, the other is also increasing. Or if one variable is decreasing, the other is also decreasing. And such a type of a correlation is said to be the positive one. Isn't it? So positive correlation is there. So very simple things are there. Suppose one of the student is in a first standard, second, third, like that up to the 10th standard is there. As his standard increases, its improvement or mark scoring increases. Suppose in the first standard 40, second standard 50, third standard 55, fourth standard 60, like that one. In 10th standard also there is, so one, as the standard increases, it's, so there is a positive correlation is there. Or another, in case of our plant, if we want to say that, as the germination percentage increases, the concentration of NaCl treatment also increases, positive. As concentration of NaCl increases, germination percentage decreases, that is negative correlation. So these are the examples that you have to keep in mind. You will have to go through this one. Actually, very simple things are there. Now, we have to get idea about simple and multiple correlation. If we study the relationship between the two variables, then it is known as a simple correlation. If we study a relationship between the two variables, is known as a simple correlation. Whereas study of relationship between more than two variables is there. At the same time, it is described as a multiple correlation. Isn't it? So the term multiple correlation refers to the theory of correlation involving more than two variables is here. We have seen in the previous chapter that simple correlation deals with the degree of a relationship between two variables, such as age of husband and wives. Two variables are there. Age of husband and age of wives is there. Supply and demand of a commodity, height and weight of plant, and so on. Isn't it? Now, the fifth type of correlation, that is a partial and total correlations. When study of two variable not including some other variable is known as a partial correlation. So many variables are there. When study of a two variable not including the some other variables is known as a partial correlation. And when all the particulars are taken under the consideration is called a total. So definitely partial in the sense we are having there at least more than two variables are there. We want to find out the correlation among them, but only two are going to consider and two are going to find out the correlation. Remaining we have left as it is, we have not considered. So that type of correlation is there. There is nothing but the partial, and total means all variables we have to consider just to find out the correlation amongst the. So that is the total. Now linear and non-linear. The distinction between linear and non-linear correlation is based upon the constancy of the ratio of change between the variable. If the amount of changes in one variable tends to bear a constant ratio to the amount of changes in the other variable, then the correlation is said to be a linear one. Example I will tell to you. Suppose x variable having the values 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Isn't it? कितीनं वाढत गेल्या 20ची 40 झाली 20ने वाढली 40ची 60 झाली 20ने वाढली 60ची 80 झाली 20ने वाढली एक्स मध्ये झालं सिमिलर वाय व्हेरिएबलमध्ये 30 60 90 120 150 वाय व्हेरिएबलमध्ये सुद्धा 30 ने वाढत गेल्या फक्त सो सच अ टाइप ऑफ ए correlation in between two variable is there, that is nothing but the linear, isn't it? That type of is known as a linear. It is clear that the ratio changes between the two variables is same. If such variables are plotted on a graph paper, all the plotted points would fall on a straight line. Isn't it? Now correlation would be called as non-linear or curvilinear if the amount of change in one variable does not bear a constant ratio to amount of a change in the other variable. आता आपण बघितलं की एक्स व्हेरिएबलमध्ये 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 ह्या फिगर्स आहेत. प्रत्येकमध्ये 20-20चा डिफरन्स आहे. वाय व्हेरिएबलमध्ये आपण बघितलं की 30, 60, 91, 21, 50 तिथं 30चा डिफरन्स. पण समजा एक्समध्ये 20चा डिफरन्स आहे, वायमध्ये 30च्या ऐवजी 35चा, 70चा, 90चा असा झाला. सो दॅट टाईप ऑफ ए कोरिलेशन बिटवीन टू व्हेरिएबल इज नोन एज ए नॉन लिनियर व्हेरिएबल. नाव here measures of correlation. So degree of correlation we have to measure with the help of a graphic method, that is statistics, scattered diagram, graphic method, scattered diagram, and mathematical methods, that is Karl Pearson's coefficient correlation and Spearman's rank correlations. These are the two methods which are used to measure the correlation between or among the variables. Now graphic method, that is a scattered method, how it is used to find out the correlations. Positive correlation we will see here. Here perfect positive correlation, as x variable increases, y variable also increases. Positive, high positive correlation. This is a perfect, this is a high means little bit, there is a 0.9, we have to say that 0.1 difference is there. Low positive 0.5 difference is there in case of this one, isn't it? No correlation, we cannot find any type of correlation here. Zero correlation is there. Graphic method, negative correlation. Negative in the sense as one increases, other decreases. As one increases, other decreases. So that is nothing but the decreases means that we have to write as here. One increases, another decreases. So when such a things are going to happen, high negative, perfect negative, and perfect negative is this one, high negative we will find, and low negative means there is no that much negative also correlation. Now correlation is the degree of relationship. Always it is denoted by R. Always that is denoted by R. Types, that is graphic method, is used for measurement. Mathematical, Karl Pearson's, Spearman's, as we have seen all these things. Friends, we have learned about the correlations. So we have to correlate with the study. We have to correlate. So as syllabus is coming, we'll have to, as syllabus is going to complete, we have to start more and more hours preparations. So that is positive correlation, isn't it? Number of topics increase, the number of hours increased for the preparation of those topics. So definitely that is positive correlations. Again, as usual, अगर सूरज की तरह चमकना चाहते हो तो सबसे पहिले सूरज की तरह तपणं शिको. हे मी नाही म्हटलं, हे आपल्या भारताचे एक भारतरत्न माजी राष्ट्रपती APJ अब्दुल कलाम यांचं वाक्य आहे. आणि मला माहिती आहे, सूरज की तरह तपना सीखो, इसका मतलब ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा काम करना सीखो, तो ही आपकी प्रगति हो सकती है. इसके साथ धन्यवाद.